Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Big Lair here on Jack's Private Coffee Corner. Today is December 20th, Friday. Yeah, Friday. 5 more days till Christmas. Coming to you live from Nagoya, Japan. Let's see what's going on today. Today's pretty nice weather. You can't really tell with the curtain I've got closed here. It's too bright if I don't close that curtain, although it looks really bright right here. Yeah, it looks nice and sunny. Today I have nothing to do as far as work. Work being, going somewhere and actually talking with people and then having them pay me for it. So today, no work. I'm just going to be taking the day off, spending time with my wife. I think we're going to Costco. Yay, Costco, one of my favorite companies in the whole wide world. Okay, let's see. I was going to talk about something. What was it? Oh yeah, yesterday. Yesterday I met with... I can't really say who I met with because they make me sign these non-disclosure agreements, but I went to a couple places. I'll just say that, a few companies, 2 companies. And one company, how much can I say? Well, this person that I was working with, they're going to be a manager, and they're being sent overseas. So they're in Japan, they're Japanese, based in Japan, they're being sent overseas. And so I'm helping the person out. Now, what was really interesting about that is, I took all kinds of trains yesterday, then I get to the last place, and I'm walking from the station to this company, about a 10-minute walk. And from the station, you leave the station, and then there's like this one kind of main street I walk down, and this main street has all of these boy, depending on where you are in the world, you may not know what this is. They have all these hostess pubs. Now, hostess pubs are where they have these, young, attractive girls. You come in, you kind of pick the girl, and then you sit down and have a drink, and she, provides interesting conversation. And I think her goal is to get you to drink as much alcohol as possible. That's what I'm guessing. And maybe other things happen, later on in the evening. I don't think they have rooms for that on the premises, but there's some kind of agreement. I'm sure that gets worked out. I've heard about this, for the whole time I've been in Japan. I've never been to one of these places. I came and I got married right away, and that's just not my cup of tea, so to speak, right? So it's really weird because it's like this nice area, but then there's all these hostess pubs or hostess bars, however you want to call it. And, there's big signs on the windows, showing women. And so when I'm walking by on this, at the time I go to this company, I've been to this company several times, these places are closed because it's not quite, evening yet, but by the time I finish, it is evening. So when I walk by, they have these kind of shady characters standing out in front, smoking cigarettes, saying, "Hey buddy, you want to come in and have a good time?" kind of thing. And they'll say that to everybody, but for me, they never say that. They try and speak English. It's really, it's really funny. Last week when I walked by, the one guy, looked at me and said something like, "How are you, sir?" And I could tell he was, searching his database there for whatever English he had learned in junior high school and senior high school. So I just laughed and said, "I'm doing good. How about you?" And then he didn't know what I said when I said, "How about you?" which shows the level of their language abilities is quite low. But I thought it was funny that, this, marginal organized crime individual who was, is hawking for men to come in there would just try and speak English to me. I've had this happen a couple of times when I walk past these places, actually. So anyway, the reason I'm mentioning this area is as I'm walking yesterday. Now I'm wearing a suit, so I've got on a suit coat, like a suit, like a white shirt, like a shirt you would wear with a suit, right? And I've got a t-shirt underneath it. Now normally I would never wear a t-shirt, a shirt, and then a jacket. I'd be way too hot, but for whatever reason in Japan, they think if you wear a suit, you're like a good guy, you're a smart guy, whatever. You look the part. And for Japan, looking the part is more important than actually being the part, unfortunately, but that's how it is. So I'm wearing a suit, and I'm quite hot. So even though it's chilly, I'm hot. So I'm walking past this area, and it feels like I get like 3 big drops of water on my back. Literally like cold water, boom, 1, 2, 3, touched my back. And it's in this area with these kind of, I'll say shady establishments, although they're everywhere in Japan. It's very common, it's not a big thing. And so I turn around and look. There's nobody there, of course. And I had just walked by, and I know all these places are closed, and there's nowhere someone could be hiding, and nope, no one dumped anything on me. And I'm thinking, yeah, how would I feel it anyway? I've got my suit coat, my shirt, and then my t-shirt on. And then it hit me that, oh, yeah, I used to have this sort of thing happen a number of years ago. It's been a long time, more than 10 years maybe. And I would have, my spirit guides would touch my forehead. They would touch my forehead or on the back of my neck, like right up here or right up here. And that was, I think they were giving me confirmation that, oh, we're here. And looking back in those days, I was getting information. I would say to myself, is that me? Am I imagining this, or am I actually getting some kind of information from somewhere? And then I would feel this, a tap here or there. And at nighttime, before I went to bed, I would try to meditate, and I would get into this super deep sleep. And as I was doing that, I felt like someone was caressing my forehead very gently, And then I realized, oh, I have this spirit guide named Isabella, and for whatever reason, she's like big. And when I say big, I don't mean like overweight or anything, but she looks larger than a normal human to me. Larger than life would be a good way to describe her. I don't know how big she is, but I'm not saying, overweight or fat or anything like that, but just like taller, almost like an Amazonian type woman, beautiful blonde hair. Anyway, so she would do that, kind of caress my forehead, and then bam, I would be out. So anyway, I realized, oh, maybe this is a message from my spirit guides, being touched in the back like that kind of makes you jump, So, and I thought, oh, okay, what's going to happen? Because I had a similar thing happen in Malaysia years ago, and then I had a very strange episode where I was kind of stuck in between my current reality and another reality, and I kept flickering back and forth, back and forth, back and forth while I was driving of all times. So I had to pull off the side of the road. I think I've talked about that before. Anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, what's going to happen? Well, I'm open to it, whatever it is. So I get to this company talking with this guy, and we're supposed to do one thing. We've got one thing on our agenda. And he says to me, well, today's the last day I'm going to see you. And everybody calls me Mr. Larry. In Asia, for whatever reason, they don't understand that if you say Mr., you should say the person's last name. So, I would be Mr. Pedersen. My last name is Pedersen, by the way, in case nobody ever heard that. It's on Norwegian. Anyway, so everybody calls me Mr. Larry, which in the beginning I was like, no, you can't call me Mr. Larry. Just call me Larry or, Mr. Pedersen. But after a while I thought it was kind of fun, like, Mr. Larry. It's just strange enough that I like it. Okay, so now I don't say anything. So the guy says to me, Mr. Larry, you have a lot of experience in business and you've traveled around Asia a lot. Can you, this is the last day. Can we spend our time with you, giving me advice on what I should do when I go to this next country? So I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. And then I have a spirit guide. His name, I think, is James. His name is James. He wears a suit, and he wears kind of like what are those hats that businessmen used to wear, like in the we'll say anywhere from 1890 to like 1920. Did they call those like boiler hats? I don't mean the real tall one. Maybe a boiler hat is the real tall one, but kind of the rounded hat, not the fedora, but kind of a rounded hat. And so my spirit guide, James, he's got always a nice suit on and this kind of hat. And I was told more than probably 30 years ago, 30 years ago for me was sort of like the golden era of meeting psychics in my life, because I met some really top-notch people. I don't think they're around anymore. And they gave me advice that really set me up for life in a lot of ways. And a couple of psychics that I met in succession told me, oh, here are your spirit guides. This person is there for this person is here for this person is here for this. So if you need help, these are the names you should say and they'll help you out. And I have another spirit guide who helps me with travel, and that guy has really helped me out with travel. That's a whole nother story. I won't get into it. But so James is the business guy. And supposedly he's an ancestor of mine, and somewhere in my family. I've never been able to figure out who or where, but that's his story. And he helps me out a lot. So, and as soon as this person I'm with says, hey, you have a lot of experience, can we talk about this for the last time we're going to be together? Sure. Boom. Then I see James smiling. So I realized, oh, yeah, James helps me out with business. So he knew, he was giving me like a heads up that, hey, you're going to be accessing my knowledge today, Larry. So, yeah, and I did get information coming through from James to help this guy out. And at the end, this guy was really happy because he's younger, doesn't have, the experience that he'll need to do this job. He's just kind of being put into it in this foreign country, in this foreign subsidiary, I guess you would call it. So yeah, I felt really good being able to help this guy out, and I have to thank James, and maybe my other spirit guides also help, so I have to thank them for making that a very positive experience. And then as I was walking back to the station, James was saying, why do you do this other stuff? Not the cryptocurrency thing or the videos or anything, not that, but I do this other thing. I teach sometimes, right? And he was saying to me, why do you teach? You should be helping people with their business. I can help you with that. And that's the first time I've had that solid idea from James about that. So that was quite interesting. Okay, sorry, I think we got cut off there. My phone started ringing, and I think that just cuts the video off. Anyway, sorry about that digression. I just thought that was very interesting, and maybe you might enjoy listening to it. Okay, this is Friday, December 20th. Let's get into the daily crypto update here. So as we're looking at our first graphic here, we can see not a lot is going on. About the only coin that is really up is Theta. Theta's up, 10 cents, 10.6 cents. That's awesome, isn't it? So if we look at that peach-colored column, it says December 19th to December 20th, price percent plus or minus, increase or decrease. Theta is up 4.41%, which is great. And if we look to the box, the cell to the left of that, we can see a minus 2,562.97, which means the big meaning is that Theta has gained strength against Bitcoin. And another meaning is that if we had one Bitcoin today and we bought Theta, we would get 2,562.97 Theta less than we would have yesterday. Okay, so that's a good sign, very good sign. Nothing else is really up. We've got, let's see, drop down. Monero's up a tiny bit. Doge is up a tiny bit. Neogas is up the tiniest bit, not much. Neo is up, 0.7%. Bitcoin is up 0.59%. Nothing exciting. Everything else is down. The only shining star here is Theta. This is great to see. Trying to think of what I bought Theta for. I think my average price on Theta is about 9 cents or 10 cents maybe. I think I bought some when it was 11, and then I bought some when it was 7. So yeah, that's neither here nor there. I just thought I'd mention that. And look at Tezos. Tezos is down 5.7%. That is awesome. That is so awesome. I'm excited. Why? I want Tezos to go down now because I bought it. I sold some. Sorry, I sold some at 2 different price points, and I really want this to go down. Now, I did my last sell at, I think it was $1.78. So, normally I think I needed to have it at $1.58 or something. I have to go back and look, but then if it drops 20% from there, so I'm thinking to myself, should I wait for it to drop 20% from $1.78, or should I wait for it to drop 20% from the $1.58, which was my target price? I'm still trying to decide that. Of course, that'll make the numbers a little that'll change at what I sell at. And so I'm kind of deciding what to do there, but I really want to see the price go down. I think it will. And if you look all the way to the far right, you can see that I still have sell for Tezos, because $1.49 is still a good sell price if you bought it around the same price I did. My average price is $1.05, I think. Seems to me a lot of people got it around $1, maybe a little less. So this would be a very good sell point. Okay, Pundi continues to go down. If we look at Pundi, it's 0.000132. Yesterday when I was putting in the market cap numbers, that number was not 132 for Pundi, it was 126. And I was saying to myself, oh, why didn't I just buy some Ethereum and put it in my Pundi wallet? And then I could have sold my Pundi when it was like 162 or 164. That's when I was going to sell it. I could be buying this thing back, and that's how it goes. At the current price of Pundi, now if I'm not mistaken, now this I think, I may be a little off. No. I think this is correct. If you bought 1 million Pundi at this current price, it would cost you what? $132. 132 US dollars would get you 1 million Pundi. Isn't that amazing? So I believe the price is down. I think I paid almost that price for a third of that amount of Pundi. Around 300,000 Pundi is what I got for that same price, around that same price if I'm not mistaken. So this is a crazy buy. Possibly with my Tezos, if I'm able to buy back a huge number of Tezos, and if Pundi is still at this crazy price, I may throw some money at Pundi to pump the amount up that I have. I'm still thinking about it. I also like Neo Gas, for that one. I just feel really good. And the other coins that I would recommend, I've got, EOS, Neo, Tezos, OMG, Neo Gas, and Veritasium. Those are ones I'm focused on. I'm comfortable with the amounts I have. I don't have any Veritasium though, as you know. It's in the buy territory for me. But if I just look at one Veritasium, it's $10. Or I could get about 11 Neo Gas for that price. Or I could get about, 90,000 Pundi for the same price of one Veritasium. So, it kind of makes you think, especially when you see the percent to all-time high, that purple column. That's a pretty big number. That 11,733% looks a lot better than 5,008% of Veritasium, doesn't it? Okay, so, as we can see here with the prices, not too much is going on. Some things are down. Oh, I noticed I didn't make XRP. I didn't bold those numbers, but it's down 4%. Look at XRP, 18 cents, 18.9 cents. So that's pretty wild. That is so low. I think I paid double that for one of my batches of XRP. So super, lots of super chances here to buy. Although I feel the prices are going to go a little lower. I just don't know why I feel that. It's just kind of a gut feeling, my intuition. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's jump over to the market cap. Here we can see, wow, lots going on. You know, we look at the daily percent change in market cap, that kind of peach-colored, flesh-colored area. Look at theta. Theta's market cap increased 19.34%. However, the price is only up like 4%. How does that happen? Price goes up 4% overall. That means in theory, if it was a perfect world, the market cap should also go up 4%. But that's not what happened. It went up 19.34%. How did that happen? Trading volume, the daily percent change in trading volume for theta is down 21.15%. Well, yesterday it was up 22.44%. So, okay, it just, it went up, it came down, it balanced itself out over the last couple of days. But how do we get this huge increase in the daily market cap? And I've checked these numbers like 2-3 times when I put the numbers in and I go, wait a second, am I doing this right? And it makes me go back and look at previous days' numbers, and no, it's right. So, that's a big question mark for me. How did the market cap go up so much, even though the price didn't go up that much? OMG, similar thing with OMG. OMG's price is down a little bit, market cap is up 10.43%. EOS, looking good, market cap is up 11%. That's awesome to see. What else? Well, we look at Neogas and Veritasium. Their market caps are up about 10%, a little over 10%. Everything is up. All the market caps are up, which doesn't surprise me, because last night when I put these numbers in, the price of cryptos were recovering. They were up from where they had been the previous day, but some of them just don't seem to match the increase in market cap. The coins are not up this much, right? Bitcoin had some pretty high trading volume. The daily percent change in trading volume was 24.05%. That's pretty good. The previous day was 25% increase. So Bitcoin has had some good increases here. Now the market cap of Bitcoin, it's at a 129,940,000,000. And I was wondering, is that good or bad? Well, I went back to the beginning of the month of December. Near the beginning of the month, there was a market cap on Bitcoin of around, the highest was 134 billion. So we got a ways to go just to get back what we had at the beginning of the month. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, the daily percent change in market cap, it's up 7.04%. The daily percent change in trading volume is up, and the trading volume, that yellow column, trading volume as a percent of market cap is up just a tiny bit from yesterday. So about half of the value is worth of, half of the market cap is being traded, a little more than half, right, of Bitcoin Cash's market cap is being traded on a daily basis. But what really stands out here is we just moved down one block, Litecoin. Look at that, Litecoin. The trading volume is more than the market cap. The trading volume is more than the market cap. Now, I've only been looking at these numbers for about 3 weeks, tracking these. So it's the first time for me to see this. Will this happen again? Probably. Has it happened before? I'm not sure, most likely. But it's interesting to think that, if we look at this, it would appear that every Litecoin in existence is being traded. Of course, that's not true. There are people holding it. I've got just a couple of them that they're in cold storage. Nothing's happening to them. So mine aren't being traded back and forth. But, the amount that is being traded back and forth is rigorously being traded back and forth, right? Look at EOS, very high volume. High volume for these coins is good. Investors love high volume. So typically, if you have an institutional investor, they would look at something like a chart like I've got here maybe, and they would pick out the coins with the highest trading volume as a percent of market cap, and those are the ones they would stick with because they know it's easy to buy and it's easy to sell. It's very liquid, has high liquidity, and that's a positive thing. Okay, let's see. NEO, pretty good, 64% of its market cap and trading volume. OMG, 80%. We look at Veritasium. Look at Veritasium. The market cap is up 10%. Daily percent change in trading volume is down 77. Well, that's not a big deal. Yesterday the trading volume was $15,012. So that's peanuts compared to these other things. Now it's only $3,350. Come on, that's cheaper than that French bulldog puppy I was looking at, right? So that's not very huge there. Look at the trading volume as a percent of market cap. It's still 0.02%. So just really nothing. And that's what we've got going on here. So all of the coins, interestingly enough, have an increase in their market cap. Now, if you remember yesterday, all of the coins were down. Their market caps were down. Everything was down. Yesterday, Bitcoin Cash was down 10%. Ethereum was down 10%. Veritasium was down 12%. Theta was down 5%. Okay, and now it's 19.34%, an increase. So everything was down yesterday, and now everything is up today. So, I guess what goes down must come up kind of theory, and what goes up must go down. Everything wants to balance out, this idea of equilibrium in the universe. So very interesting. So lots of trading volume on Litecoin. And I'm guessing with all of this volume, the price will continue to go down. I did notice yesterday the price went up a little bit during the day and then has come back down. I have not looked at the daily trading chart on it though. I'm just looking at, prices periodically and then checking the trading volume. Very high trading volume, very high. It was Litecoin's trading volume as a percent of its market cap. If you remember yesterday, it was 116.94%. That's nuts. That's nuts. So today, it's down 7%, but it's still at 100%, a little over 100%. Okay, guys, I hope this has been helpful. We're 5 days out from Christmas. I hope everybody's getting things ready. If you got a tree, have you got it up yet? Is it decorated? Are you putting lights up? Let's see, someone asked, Energy Gal, I think, asked about Christmas. What happens in Japan for Christmas? Actually, in Japan, they do not celebrate Christmas. They do not celebrate Christmas. But wait. So I came to Japan the first time 26 years ago. No one celebrated Christmas back then. And then I came back, I came 26 years ago. I was here for a year and a half. I went back to America, and then I came like 21 years ago, almost 22 years ago. And they still were not celebrating Christmas. Only the non-Japanese were. If there were Americans or Canadians or someone or Australians, they were celebrating it. And over these last 21, 22 years, slowly, businesses and companies in Japan realized, hey, if we pump this idea of Christmas, people will buy more things at the end of the year. We'll crank up our sales, So Christmas has been slowly promoted from year to year, and now it's promoted, quite heavily. Christmas sale here, Christmas sale there. And I do believe some people, people probably in their 30s and 40s who have kids, now they are starting to buy a Christmas present for their kids, one present here and there. Yeah, and I've been asking a lot of people recently because, I'm American, my wife's Japanese, and so, as long as we've been married almost 20 years, I've celebrated Christmas, of course, here in Japan. I've had a tiny tree, one of those fake trees. I've got all kinds of ornaments. People have given me ornaments over the years. My kids have made ornaments here and there. My wife is really good. She's like the Kool-Aid mom. Yeah, my wife is like the Kool-Aid mom because she's always doing some project with my kids, making something, Christmas cookies. Making Christmas ornaments. When we were in Malaysia, my wife sat down with my kids for a couple of days and they made like all of these intricate snowflakes out of paper. Do you remember how to do that when you were in grade school? Maybe they taught you how to, like, you folded paper and you folded it again into, a fourth, and then you cut it out. And yeah, my wife had all these intricate designs figured out, and her snowflakes had tiny snowmen and Christmas trees and Santa Clauses on them. I was just like shocked, like, how in the heck did you cut these things out? But she had, figured it out. So we have about 60 snowflakes of various sizes, and I eventually laminated all of these because they were so amazingly beautiful and intricate. I didn't want them to get torn up, and we still have those. And then I spent about, I think I spent 2 weeks every night when I came home from work. We were living in Malaysia. I spent all my free time at night to color these Christmas letters, Merry Christmas. And each letter is about, I'd say, 12 inches high. And each letter looks like it has snow on it, like some snow fell on the letters. So we've got Merry Christmas. I did all that in colored pencils. Actually, my kids, designed the block letters, and then I came along and colored them all in and all that. So yeah, we do a lot of stuff for Christmas ourselves. We like to make stuff and decorate the house. But the average Japanese, nope, they don't do it. New Year's. For Japanese, New Year's is the really, really big thing. December 31st, January 1st. That's the big holiday. And kids get something called otoshidama, which is an envelope with a little bit of money in it for New Year's. I'm trying to think of what the Chinese were doing in Malaysia. The Chinese in Malaysia, so in Japan it's otoshidama, and you have this, envelope. It's kind of decorated nice. But in Malaysia, the Chinese took that to a whole different level. They have an envelope, they call it ang pao, and they're really beautiful, red and gold, and sometimes they're purple and gold. And people hand out these envelopes with money in them to kids. Now, when I worked in Malaysia at this company, my boss, who was Malaysian Chinese, a very, very nice guy, very generous guy, he would hand everyone at the company, including me, an ang pao envelope. And he put a pretty good amount of money in it, if I remember correctly. I never expected to get that, being an adult, but every year that I was there, he handed me an envelope. And the first year, I thought it was just like a ceremonial thing, like, he's giving it to everyone else. But, I was a director in the company, so I'm not expecting this guy to, I was paid a lot more than everybody else. I didn't expect to get anything, so I thought he just gave me an envelope to make it look good so that, hey, I'm giving everyone else one, you get one too. And I put it in my pocket, forgot about it, came home, took it out of my pocket, put it on my dresser, and a few days later my wife said, hey, what's this? And I said, oh yeah, boss gave me this ang pao envelope. And she said, well, what's in it? And I said, I don't think anything's in it. And she said, well, you better check it. So I checked it, and I was like, oh my God, there's a bunch of money in here. What? And then I felt like a real jerk because I had it for a few days and never said thank you to the guy. So in Japan here, this ang pao, no, not Japan, that's Malaysia with the Chinese, the otoshidama, this envelope with money, that would be the real big thing. And for New Year's, they eat special food in Japan. It's called osechi ryori. Now, I already know my wife has ordered some osechi ryori. In the past, she's made this. It takes a lot of time to make this kind of food. It's traditionally food that they would make at the end of the year. It's food that can last about a week without putting it in the refrigerator. Because, think about it, in old times in Japan, no one had refrigerators or freezers or anything. It's cold this time of year, so they would make food in anticipation that, at this time of year, all your relatives are going to come and visit you, and you're going to be really busy, so you won't have time to be, cooking all day. So the women would make all of this food beforehand. Very beautiful, very beautiful. I'll show you guys a video so my wife used to make it. It takes a lot of time, and now there are companies that make it and they sell it. You can buy it cheaper. You can buy it already made cheaper than you could make it yourself. So That's the deal there. And every year we buy it. We have a couple places we like. We buy it from them. I will definitely make a video for everyone, and when you see this, you'll be blown away. I know you'll be blown away. You'll be like, what? They're making that kind of stuff? Are you kidding me? Yeah, they're making that kind of stuff. So that's the big deal in Japan. Christmas isn't really a big deal. I mean, companies are pushing it the same way they push Valentine's Day, but for Japanese, New Year's is the real big thing. Besides, handing the kids money and having this special food, everyone goes to a shrine, or a temple, I guess. It's kind of funny because a shrine is Shintoism and a temple is Buddhism, right? And for Japanese, they're just whatever they want to be. They'll go to the shrine in the morning and they'll go to the temple in the afternoon. They're not serious about religion in the same way, other countries' peoples are about religion. They're very like, oh, okay, this is good. Yeah, that's good too. I'll do that. And probably if you were friends with a Japanese person and you went to a Christian church, they'd probably go to church with you once in a while just to see what it's about, but they wouldn't be serious about it. Okay, so that's all I got. I don't want to make this video too long, but I will definitely have a video around New Year's to show you this amazing osechi ryori, which is a special food for New Year's. And yeah, that'll be fun to see your reaction. Okay, everybody, so it's Friday, December 20th. Yay, it's Friday, thank God, huh? I'm going to be goofing off today with my wife going to Costco. Looking forward to that, and I hope you guys have a great day. If you have a chance, spend some time with people you love, okay? Take a little time out of your day, relax. That's what it's all about, right? You guys take care and have a great weekend. I will see you next Monday.